And we are live with another edition of Let's Talk Broncos with your host, Kurt Valenti. Good evening, Mr. Valenti. How are you tonight?
I am wonderful, Mrs. Valenti. Not only because we're going to talk Broncos, but our New York Knicks, baby, are 2-0, 2 up, game 3 tomorrow. How much better could a Thursday be? NFL draft on one TV, playoffs game 3, Knicks Sixers on another one. Let's go. Let's go.
It's an exciting time for sure. Let's run through some of the K&K programming that we have going on before we get started here. We got a lot to cover. You just fresh off of your Wednesday K&K regularly scheduled episode with your K&K crew of Kenny, Carson, and Paul. And yourself, of course. Tomorrow night, K&K is teaming up with Denver Broncos Roundup, correct? To do a special The Pick is In show. Not just tomorrow night, actually,
The
all of
next
the
3
games up
nights.
there.
Yes, the next 3 nights.
With special appearances by K&K, you, Carson, but the hosts will be from K&K, Kenny, Paul, and Scoops, and their Denver Bronco Roundup brothers there, Albert, Trevor, and Keith. Did I get that right, Kurt?
Yes, you did. I'm looking forward to, joining them. Hopefully after a Nick victory, hopefully after we secure our quarterback of the future, and I'm double fired up. But these guys do an amazing job. The Denver Bronco Roundup, obviously, Albert, Keith, Trevor, Jody, and Kenny taking the ball from the K&K side along with Scoops and Paul. And I know, listen, miss, their guys are dressing up tomorrow night. They're supposed to be in like shirt and ties tomorrow night. So Kenny will probably be trying to find a shirt and tie. They go on 7:30, about 7:28. He'll try his clothes on, make sure it fits. But no, hey, what a night tomorrow night. And you know what, Jenny Hoops, you're gonna be missing it because you got conferences.
I know. I'll be missing part of it. We got, let me get some comments in here. We got Kenny saying, "Good evening, Jen and Kurt from the living room with Mr. Sis." We got
What's up,
Mr.
Sid? What's up, Mr. Kirkpatrick?
You gotta tell Mr. Sis the audio I found on my phone the other day.
Oh yeah, we do. We do.
That for him. We gotta send it to him. Yeah, it was about introducing Mr. Sis as a draft pick, I'm guessing, right?
Yeah. It was like 210 Monster,
Yeah.
Seton Hall University. Yeah,
Yeah.
we should have played it tonight.
Steering the ship for the Pirates, yeah. So that was a good find yesterday on my phone. We have a Patrick Wiltsey checking in saying
What's up,
aloha.
Patrick?
And Michael saying good evening, Kurt and Jen. We've got Scoop saying for some reason trying to find the shows like trying to find a good driver of the Garden State Parkway. Let's turn next week's Nick show into a Nick show. Hope Denver proves me
Woo!
right at quarterback. Good luck,
You know
bro.
what? Could tomorrow night be about the Knicks and Knicks?
Maybe.
Woo!
Scoops, that's what Scoops is saying. That's what he's been
Can we?
saying.
I didn't think of that. Tomorrow night could be about the Knicks and Knicks. Let's go.
And then we got some other shows right coming your way on K&K. Paul and Kenny team up for New York, New York. Sometimes New York Giants.
Sunday. That's
Sometimes
Sunday.
that's
Draft recap
Sunday.
show Sunday.
Okay, and then
What's
we've
the
got
scoop?
there's
Sunday
going to be
night.
Sunday also, and then you might be doing a little Nick something or other early
On
next week,
Monday.
right?
Yep.
So keep checking your feeds for live productions from K&K. Mark Calderio checking
go.
in saying, "What's up, Kurt?"
Let's go, Marky. So far, 2 up, 2 down. Hey, Mark, did you like this the other night? We put Embiid in the freezer. He shoots like 83%. Game on the line, 2 shots. Clank, clank. That's the freezer, baby. Maxey at the end of the game with the layup. Boom, the freezer got a little piece of it. Let's go. The freezer works. Don't ever underestimate the freezer.
I don't know. Those two are scoring lights out.
That's
I
okay.
don't mean to be.
That's okay.
I don't mean to be. I don't know
Listen,
that they're
listen.
actually getting frozen, but
Oh, no. Listen. Okay. You keep doubting it.
I'm not doubting it. I'm just being a little bit of a realist. But all right, well, let's get into why we're here. We're here for the Denver Broncos, and we're ahead of the draft night starting tomorrow. But since you've last seen your audience, Kurt, we got some big trade news in Denver Bronco world. We've got Trevor saying, "Hey, Kurt and Jen, great to see you both.
What's
Thanks for
up,
checking in,
Trevor?
Trevor."
And again, Trevor will be one of the ones tomorrow night. Supposedly, rumor is all decked out. That's what the rumor is. I can't wait to see All the guys dressed up, suits, shirts, ties, looking sharp, and let's go.
Well, we got a couple Broncos fans tuning in already, so I want to get their reaction as well to this Zach Wilson trade that went down. Was it Monday, Kurt, that went down?
Monday.
Yeah. So your thoughts on the Zach Wilson trade?
I'm gonna be honest. You know, I'm gonna make you shocked, right? You're gonna be shocked, Jen. I don't hate it. I really don't. You know, we didn't give up anything. We swapped the 6th and a 7th round pick. They're picking up half his salary. This kid was a second draft, the second draft pick in a draft. Now, a couple of things. One, he went to the New York Jets, which is the most dysfunctional sports team in any pro sport, right? So anything they do turns to you know what. So I'm going to take that into consideration. Last year, I don't care what he did because he had Nathaniel Hackett as his offensive coordinator. I don't count anything that happens with Nathaniel Hackett. Anything. Seriously. Not even how the coffee machine works after he touches it. Just get rid of it. It's no good. Get that out of there. All right. Number 2, right? This kid, Jen, you know, I always sit there and say, I don't want the stale, the boring quarterback. All right. Jacoby Brissett, boring. Bridgewater, boring. Jared Stidham, boring. I want the excitement. I want the young gun. I want the guy that's going to make the play. You know what? Zach Wilson has a little of that. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say I'm fired up. He's the quarterback of the future. No, 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 no. Is he better than Jared Stidham? Yes. Would I rather see him than Jared Stidham? Yes. He's better than Jared Stidham. Jared Stidham is. I don't want Jared Stidham, Jen, on the roster. I don't want him on the roster come this year. I don't. I've seen enough. I saw 2. You see 2? Again, you go on 2 dates. No bueno. Get out. Get out. No bueno for Mr. Stidham. Get out. So listen, it's a very low risk, high reward trade, Jen. You know what I mean? Like this kid could, if he happens to flunk and it's anything, you didn't give up anything. If he happens to, oh my God, he's the second pig, which you know who people compared him to, Jen, coming out of college?
Oh, you told me. No, did you? Were we talking about this earlier?
I was
No, that was
talking
JJ McCarthy.
tonight.
You're talking about.
I'm JJ McCarthy. They're comparing JJ McCarthy to Zach Wilson. But do you know who
Yeah.
Zach Wilson mostly got comparisons for?
Who?
Patrick Mahomes.
Interesting.
Because of the, hey, running to his right, running to his left, throwing a dime. That's the kind of stuff he has now. He has no structure. He had no coaching. Absolutely no coaching. No discipline. You know, he went to New York and, you know, he's dating moms and stuff like that. And it's in the New York, it's on the New York Post. And New York, so listen, the New York media is a free for all. You know how to listen, it ate him up. And the coaching was poor, the teams were poor. And just last year with Hackett, I mean, you know, you have a top 3 defense, a top 3 run game, and you're throwing it 50 times with Zach Wilson. I mean, just how asinine can you be?
Kurt,
How
let me get
asinine can you be?
let me get a few of these comments in because they're rolling in, and I don't want. First, I got to roll back here. Kenny has given us a good little analogy, saying Kenny is the quarterback of the future, as Ralph Cramden was to the chef of the future. A little honeymooners analogy in there.
Yeah.
Mikey the Mush is predicting that I'll get you the Zach Wilson jersey by Monday.
Well, if he stays if he goes to 3, we have it already.
Just have to swap out the name. Just have to swap out.
No, why? It's Wilson.
Oh my gosh, that's right. Oh my gosh. Can you imagine? I didn't even think of that. That's hysterical. Keith Brugman saying, hey, Kurt, what NFL draft quarterback prospect do you want to put in the freezer? Who can we not walk away with thinking he's the quarterback?
Wow. Well, Caleb Williams, we don't have a chance. He's going to go 1. I'm going Jalen Daniels. I'm not a fan of him. I don't think he would mesh with Peyton. Listen, I'd be on board if we picked them, right? But I'm I'm gonna put Jalen Daniels in that group. I like May. I'm in love with JJ McCarthy. Somebody said, I don't know if it was Scoops or Eddie Murphy said that I'm gonna have a calendar of JJ McCarthy on my wall, Jen, if we pick him.
Oh God, it could happen. We got Michael saying that NFL Network insider Daniel Jeremiah has the
Jeremiah.
Broncos trading with the Philadelphia Eagles moving back in the draft. Philadelphia Eagles are going to target a cornerback early in the NFL draft.
I did see that. And again, we got to see how this quarterback, like, we got to see really who Sean Payton wants and how these quarterbacks go, right? So say it is May and it's McCarthy and they're gone. I'm not opposed to dropping back. I'm really not. We're going to get into the players again. I'm a big Brock Bowers fan, so that's somebody I would like, but I wouldn't be against it if we don't get the quarterback that we truly want.
And we got Mark saying, "Hey Kurt, how about a trade with the Giants? Switch draft picks and Sertan Jr. Let's go make the trade."
I don't listen. I heard a couple people say they don't want to trade Sertan, but as a last resort, like if they really love a quarterback and it takes Sertan, that they would do it.
And then we got Jeremy checking in saying, "Hey
What's up,
guys, I believe
Jeremy?
there's serious smoke screens going on. Zach Wilson could be good with Sean Payton's help."
Yeah, I think this does a couple things, right? One, we were so desperate, right? We looked so desperate because everybody knows, everybody on the show here, everybody, all the Bronco fans, they know you cannot throw out Jarrett Stidham as your quarterback. So if we all know it, NFL executives all over know that. So hey, we were desperate we had no other option. Stidham or Ben DiNucci, and that's not happening. So we had no other option. So we're desperate. Now, with this Zach Wilson thing, again, do I love it? I'm not going to say I love it. But realistically, if worst case scenario, can you play Zach Wilson and really see what he's got? Yeah. So, there's that smoke screen, Jen. I mean, are the Broncos now like that desperate, or do we turn around and say when they're like, we want 3 number ones and we want this, like, you know what, we got our, no, we're not doing that. We'll do 2, but we're not going to do 3. So a little of the smoke screen with this Zach Wilson. I think it's a little smoke screen.
We got Mush kind of agreeing about Zach Wilson's potential here, saying give him a steady coaching staff and a good coordinator, and he could be good. Let's not forget what he did at BYU. He made plays with his speed and arm.
He did, Jen. Listen, he's mobile, he could run. And he just made, I mean, listen, I know everyone's going to go back to that combine throw. What did he do? 70 yards. I forgot. He did something like in one throw and the Jets were drafting him, but he's got a little of that it, like I could see him like, like F you, let's go, like he's got that. And I like that. You need that as a quarterback. You can't just be quiet and okay, like no way. You got to have that little moxie, that little it. And, listen, he had that at BYU, right? He just like Baker had it. And, Baker lost it. Baker got it back. Hey, I'm willing to give him a shot with Sean Payton. I am.
Well, you know what? Keith Brugman saying he heard a guy that worked in several NFL front offices say that a team he worked for once said, always take a chance on a former first rounder, whether
Yeah.
older or gave up on. Someone saw them as first round talent.
It's a great point. And the thing too, though, is that's a great point, Keith, and how low risk it is for us. All we're doing is swapping a 6 and a 7. They're taking half the salary. So really, listen, if he doesn't even make the team, just say we cut him. What did we really lose? You know what I mean? Like, what did you lose? A draft slot. So we gave up really nothing for him. They're paying half the salary. And listen, he could come back and you could be like, oh my God, like he did, like Keith's saying, he did have something to be a first rounder, right? He did. See, that's the difference. He has the talent as opposed to, say, a Trevor Siemian. Like Trevor Siemian just doesn't have talent. So, you're a 7th round pick because you're a 7th round pick. So that, yes, I agree with that. I totally agree with that.
We got Carson checking in
What's
saying
up, Carson?
hello.
By the way, Jen, I showed you. What did Carson say?
Arson said, "Go New York, go New York, go." Actually, he said, "Go New York, go New York, go New York,
Yeah,
go."
he added another New York, but let's go.
I
He's
love
on
it.
board.
I love it. The
Ken, he's on
extra "Go
board.
New
He's a
York."
Knick fan now, but well, I'm saying now for the postseason. His Pistons are out. He's all in with us. No, he is. He's all in.
Well, they're fun to watch. That makes it
Yep.
even better.
And he's got a
Jody
couple
Mon
Pistons on his team.
Oh, that's true. That's true. Yeah. A couple got Jody picking in checking in with his Bo Picks comment there.
What's up,
Um,
Jody?
we have Peter with a comment saying, I'm sorry, I'm clicking all over here. If you sell Sertan in the draft, you have to replace him. How are you going to do that?
Yeah, that's listen, I really, really don't want to do that. I really don't. I mean, the only way I'm going to consider is again, I'm just going to throw a name. Just say Sean Payton says Drake May is my guy. Like, I mean, my ultimate guy. Like, I would take Drake May #1 in this picks, and I'm going to win Super Bowls with Drake May. I mean, if he's there at 3 and the Patriots are like, listen, you're on the clock, it's going to be this, but it has to be Surtain. You have to look at Sean Payton now and just say to him, what do you want to do, man? Like, what, like, do you want this or no? And if he says he wants to do it, we got to do it because it's his team. So I don't want to do it, but if it's between because I've heard a lot of people say this. A cornerback, you're not winning Super Bowls because of a certain cornerback. You're winning Super Bowls because of a certain quarterback. So if we have to do that, we have to do it. I don't want to do it, but hey, gun to your head, you got to do it. We need a quarterback more than a corner.
Let
That's what
me
it
let me
comes
get a
down
few of these comments in, Kurt, because I don't want to miss anybody if possible here. We got, my hope for Michael's sake they don't trade him because he just got his Navy alternate Broncos jersey in for Sertan, so I hope they don't trade him for his sake. Back to Zach Wilson a little bit. Mush saying that he's closer to home and his family in Utah, that he has the potential to be a great trade. And Jody Moncrief saying, look at Breeze's numbers before Peyton versus close to Wilson's numbers. I don't know if I read that one correctly there. And Steve Armstrong saying that he hopes Zach Wilson works out for your Broncos. If not, this is going to fall on Sean Payton.
Hey, you know what though? But this is the thing now. And we've always talked about this, Jen. I know I've talked about it. Um, this is part of the evaluation for Sean Payton because, again, Sean Payton isn't going to just get 10 years and 9 quarterbacks. You know what? He got rid of a guy, not just that he got rid of, again, we keep saying, he just got rid of Russell Wilson, the player. That's only 50% true. He put us in such cap hell with this dead cap money that any person now he puts on that field, the eyes are on. Zach Wilson is now blood's on Sean Payton's hands now on this. So if he's part of this operation going forward, hey, we're going to grade you. If Zach Wilson is the quarterback and he completely fails, that's an X on Sean Payton because you wanted this guy. You took this guy. You're playing Stidham, right? So
But I'm interested to see if this is truly who Sean Payton wanted, though. Like, I think we still have, like you said, it could be part of some bigger scheme here, and then in the quarterback scheme. So I'm interested to see if this is truly who he wanted. I think that'll
right,
be interesting. We Keith is making a good point. I think what he's saying here, Kurt, and correct me if I'm wrong, is that they got great value for him.
right.
They got, only like you were saying before, only had to give up a 7th round, and he was a first rounder there. Question from Mush, Kurt: if the Cowboys call and offer Dak, do you pull the trigger?
No, I'm not. I'm sorry. And it's the money. First of all, I don't like Dak. You're not going to win a Super Bowl with Dak, but I'm not giving that guy $60 million. Absolutely not. I mean, again, there's our good friend Manny DeLima. He wants to get him the hell out of there. Why? Why? All the Cowboy fans do, because you know what? They're sick of it. I read it again yesterday. Someone said Dak couldn't win with the talent in Dallas. What talent is he going to win with? You're not going to win a Super Bowl with this guy. And I'm not paying this guy $60 million. He's not a top 15 quarterback in football. Why am I going to pay him top 5 money? You got to be out of your mind. If he wants to play for 20 million, I'll give him that. But I'm not giving him 60 million. No, absolutely not. When, you know what? Get to an NFC championship game this year and get to a Super Bowl, then we'll talk. Otherwise, no.
Scoops is saying he would trust Bella to quarterback his team over Zach. And we've got Trevor saying they didn't trade for Zach Wilson to rely on him to start. He's a safety blanket ahead of the draft and will bring more competition to the quarterback room. They aren't going to be chasing after quarterbacks.
Oh, I disagree with that. Listen. I'll say this 100%, 100 times. Sean Payton's not stupid. Sean Payton knows. He knows for a fact he can't win with Jarrett Stidham. He's pretty much knowing when I mean win too, he's not here to be 10-7. Okay. He came here and he flat out, he'll tell you straight up, I'm here to win Super Bowls, right? I'm here to win a Super Bowl with the Broncos. He's not going to do that with Zach Wilson. So he is going to chase a quarterback. And then getting back to Keith's comment about the PS2. And I agree with Dave. Me and Dave is agreeing a lot tonight. We're agreeing a lot. And here's the thing. Listen, I'm trying everything in my power not to give up Surtain, right? Meaning I'm giving you another one. So if it's 2, if they want 2 1s plus Surtain, I'd rather give you 3 1s and a 2 and keep Surtain, because hopefully in our drafts the next couple of years, you're never going to get a player like Pat Surtain, right? So Surtain's going to be better than any player we can draft. So I'd rather do that. But at the last case scenario, if it comes up and they want Surtain and it's the quarterback that Peyton wants, you got to give Surtain.
The Mush wants to know when the Ann Mulvaney Gravy Show is.
Yeah, we got to
Had to
set
be
it up.
rescheduled. Had to be rescheduled. Coming soon.
Coming soon, Mush. Very soon.
David Slade has a conspiracy theory that the New England Patriots wanted Zach Wilson. They knew the Jets would not trade for him. They told Denver to get Wilson to give us Patrick Surtain and Wilson and move up to 3. So interesting. I don't know. I feel like there's more to this. I don't know. I feel like I have like my own conspiracy theory. I feel like he's I don't feel like he's truly who they wanted. It's some type of placeholder almost, or to be used in some other way. I don't know what that way is, but I think we might see it tomorrow night.
Right.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm all in with Dave. Sean Payton, there's a quarterback Sean Payton wants, right? Now, that doesn't mean 100% he can get him. I mean, you're picking 12. You could pick 2 and not get the quarterback you really want, right? I mean, so there's no guarantee. But from everything, again, the New Orleans reporters and stuff like that, if he wants somebody, he's going to freaking go after him. And he's going to go, listen, he's going to give anything to get. Listen, let me ask you something. He didn't draft Pat Surtain. He didn't, what I'm saying? He didn't, he's not going to be here in 8 years from now. Like, he doesn't care. He needs his quarterback to win. He needs to win a Super Bowl. He needs his quarterback. He's not going to plug and play Zach Wilson, Ben DiNucci, Jarrison. He needs his quarterback. So he has to get his quarterback. And when he can get him, he's going to pounce. I don't know if it's this year. I really, you really don't know. Right? I mean, there's smoke screens. He loves JJ. You heard Peyton Manning yesterday in the interview. The Broncos love him. He's interested in Denver, but there's you really don't know. Or is it, is he selling the farm? And, everybody wants JJ McCarthy because they want Drake May to fall, and then you pounce on Drake May. Listen, he's not a stupid guy. He's got a plan. He's definitely got a plan.
Yep, I agree with that. Kenny has a question, but I want to really quickly before we he's got to put up 2 good questions because we're on the quarterbacks. For the past couple of weeks, you have been mentioning that the Broncos have the worst quarterback room in the NFL, right? So is this a quarterback room upgrade?
Is it an upgrade
Well, I guess upgrade isn't the right word because it's definitely an upgrade. But is it upgrade you enough to not have the worst quarterback room?
No, we're still the worst. We're still the worst. We are. I mean, think about it. The Commanders are going to have a quarterback tomorrow night. I mean, the Patriots might. If the Patriots don't pick a quarterback, they might have because they got Brady Zappi and Jacoby Brissett. I mean, I don't know. That's a tie. Can I say that's a tie? But yeah, it's still the worst. You don't have an NFL starting quarterback. You don't. Ben DiNucci, I mean, listen, he's, seriously, come on. He's a practice squad guy. Jared Stidham he might not even belong in the NFL, or if at least he's a backup. And Zach Wilson, I mean, what has he showed you? I mean, it's hands down the worst quarterback room in the NFL. And that's why you have to, if it's for Surtain, you got to do whatever we got to do. You got to do whatever you got to do to go get a quarterback.
So Scoops is saying that he thinks the only one that may be worse is Tennessee. Anthony Mataloni checking in saying Zach Wilson couldn't hold, I'm going to say, a candle to Russell Wilson. David Slade is saying it's a slight upgrade.
Put Mataloni's comment right up. Put it up. Put
There we
Mataloni's
go.
comment. Yes,
Go
sir,
for
Mataloni.
Brady.
That's why I love you, Mataloni. Mataloni. Let's go, Knicks. Go and New York. Go, New York. Go, baby. But absolutely. Listen, I'm still not throwing. You see what he just wrote there? I'm still not throwing that out the window.
Yeah.
Not for
Yeah.
this year.
Oh, yep, I know.
I'm not. Because you're not competing with the two we got. I'm not.
Let me get this. David Slade saying that it's a slight upgrade with Zach Wilson. Manny still trying to get you to. He'll say to give you Dak and Jerry Jones for
No.
Surtain.
Nope.
And let's get to one of Kenny's questions here. So we can always circle back to
Manny's gonna go on Facebook. What is that? The marketplace.
marketplace. Yeah,
Get rid of this guy. I mean, just get rid.
eBay.
But let me ask you something.
Marketplace.
No, in all seriousness, Jen. Right? We talked to Manny. We talked to Steve Lyons. Have you ever heard like anybody, even like just on Facebook? Have you? No way. We're not trading. Like no, right? Nobody wants them. So I'm not taking that damaged good. No. Keep that away. Keep that away.
This is a question coming from Sis through Kenny. Any sleeper picks in the first round for the Broncos?
I don't know. Is Brock Bowers Kenny a sleeper pick? I don't know if that's a sleeper.
Oh my God, that is not a sleeper pick. How could you pick that as a sleeper pick?
A corner, maybe the kid. Obviously, the kid from Toledo. You got the Alabama corner, Sis's boy. Defensive tackle. Maybe a receiver. I know somebody mentioned it before about McConkey, but oh my God, I would love him. I love that guy, man. That's going to be, I know Kenny was saying like as a steal for Baltimore or something. I'm going to go receiver. If we went receiver like a McConkey, I'll go.
Well, and since you mentioned Bowers, the other question from Kenny that I wanted to get up here is he said, any chance that the Broncos pick a wide receiver at 12 or in a trade back if Bowers is taken by someone like the Jets?
Any chance of Broncos? Yeah, listen, Kenny, these receivers are studs, right? We were talking about it today. If one of these stud receivers falls, how can you not take it? I mean, Cortland Sutton, again, he had a great season last year, but he's not worth that money. I mean, he might be dealt in this deal, right? In this draft, he could still be dealt. You got Mims, you got Patrick, you got some younger guys. So yeah, 100%. I could see the Broncos going for best player available if one of those three studs for some reason falls. Yeah.
I got a couple other comments. They're rolling in, so again, forgive me for not keeping up there. Kurt Mush wants to know what will you consider a successful season for the Broncos? What would the record be to be considered successful?
Two things, Jen. One, everything gets thrown out of the window with a rookie quarterback. Okay. I really don't care about record with the rookie quarterback. I don't, because if he plays from day one and he learns and this is going to be his development year, I'm all for it. Honestly, I don't care if I win 2 games. I don't. But with the rookie quarterback. But Mush, if I see this garbage Jared Stidham or Zach Wilson, I got to be better. I got to be at least 9-8 or better. How could I not? Jen, how could I not? I was
Well,
8-9 last year. How can
yeah,
I
well,
not
I
be?
have a question for you though. I understand what you're saying about the rookie quarterback, and I understand that's you. And I know Mush is asking you what you consider a successful season, and you're kind of like throwing it out if it's a rookie. Do you think Bronco ownership would be satisfied with that?
I think I think with the rookie, you're going to get to you now. If you tell me year 2, it's still the same thing, then we got problems. Because in the second year, you better start winning. All right. All these quarterbacks, listen, CJ Stroud won, Trevor Lawrence won, right? All these guys won. So I don't want to hear any, and you got the QB, whisperer guru. So this should be quick. This should be boom, 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 boom. This should be week 6. He's the top 20, 15, 20 quarterback in the NFL because you got Mr. Payton calling the shots, running quote unquote his offense. So this should be easy. But no, I really don't care if it's the rookie, but if it's the garbage Stidham or Zach Wilson, it's got to be 9 or 8. Otherwise, why'd you make the move for Russell Wilson? It makes no sense. He has to be better with another quarterback, unless it's a rookie. He has to be better.
Let me scoot back to Anthony Mataloni's comment. He's shot back to the Knicks real quick, but I think you'll appreciate this. Off topic, but tell the 76ers to stop crying and not leave it up to
Yeah,
the refs. Blown calls both ways.
exactly. Stop being
From the
baby.
coach to the players to the
Yeah,
owner.
just
I mean,
cut it out.
give it a
Cut
rest.
it out. You know what it
Yeah.
comes down to,
Play the
Mataloni?
game. Be
We're
tough.
tougher than them.
Yeah,
We're tougher
exactly.
than them. And you know what? We're going down to Philly and we're going to get 1 of 2 and then end it in game 5. Because you know what? We're tougher than you. So let's go. So shut your mouths. Stop crying little babies. And the Denver people are going to be like this. And I'm sick of this woke LeBron James garbage too. All right? I'm sick of them crying. The other night, LeBron James, you're up 1 and you have an open jump shot. If you hit the shot, you're up 3, and it doesn't matter if Jamal Murray hits the 3. But you know what you did? You missed it, and you cried like a little, you know what you are. And that's what it is. And when the Nuggets get you again, and the Nuggets beat you, you're gonna cry, you're gonna quit on the Lakers, and you're gonna run to somewhere else, like you always do,
Well,
because you're a baby.
he might run to New York. So I
Well,
don't
if
know.
he runs to New York, I'll take him. But I'm saying this, he's a baby. He's a fraud. He's a baby. Cut it out. The refs didn't lose the game versus the Nuggets. You did. You blew a 20-point lead and you had an open jumper that you missed. You missed. Murray made it. End of story. You lost. Stop crying. Enough. Enough. And enough with the Michael Jordan comparisons. Just stop.
All right, let's get back
Stop.
to the Broncos. Let's get back to the Broncos. Michael with an interesting comment. He heard that the Broncos could still trade Cortland Sutton in the draft tomorrow night.
Yes. Yes, I think that's possible. And I brought this up on the for the Denver Bronco roundup last night. I saw yesterday it was like Vegas odds. I believe it was 4 of, like, I don't want to say stars, but veteran players who could still potentially be traded in this draft. The number 1 was Brandon Ayuk from the Niners. Number 2 was Alvin Kamara from the Saints. I forgot who 3 was, and 4 was Cortland Sutton. So I think that is still a possibility. And I just want to throw this out to all Bronco fans. I threw it out to the Denver Bronco roundup. Alvin Kamara. I know there's a lot of talk here. There's a lot of talk of Manny's Dallas Cowboys being interested in Javonte Williams. Do you somehow move Javonte Williams? Okay. I know with money involved, but you move Javonte Williams for some kind of draft pick. Now you use some draft capital. You get Alvin Kamara, who was drafted by who, Jen?
Say that again.
Alvin Kamara was drafted by who and played for who?
Was it the Saints and Sean Payton?
Saints and Sean Payton became a superstar. So, is that something you could look at? Because, now you move Javonte out and you have Javonte. You have Kamara and McLaughlin. They're the same player with the P line. Is that something you can do? So, it's interesting, but I think that is a possibility. I think there is a possibility with Cortland Sutton. He's holding out. He wants a new deal. Getting a lot, the high money they drafted. This is where it could come into play, where Kenny says take a receiver high. Possible, very possible.
All right, I'm just trying to get through the comments
Jody
here
just
again.
said?
What'd you say?
See what Jody just said?
Oh, no, I'm scrolling through, so give
Okay.
me a second. Give me a second. I wanted to make sure I didn't want to miss some things here. We got Pearl checking in. That's what I
What's up,
wanted to get
Pearl?
to. So hi, Pearl. Thank you for watching.
By the way, Pearl said she's going to give us her pick for guess what, Jen?
What?
The Kentucky Derby.
Oh, nice, nice.
Woo! We got to get that. We
Oh,
got
we
to
got
get
Jody saying
that.
you can't stop Jenny. Thanks, Jody. Is that
Real
what you're
quick,
referring to?
real quick. Joey Clans via text. The NFL draft turned into a 32 team poker game.
Yeah,
Every day a new rumor. If Sean loves the quarterback, he takes him.
yeah. Well, we're
I'm
gonna
in with
find
that.
out.
I'm
We're
in
gonna
with that.
find out. Peter Johnson saying he actually hates a Sutton trade, but he's replaceable because it's a pretty decent receiver class.
It is.
Interesting.
It is.
Yeah,
Very good class.
that's a um.
What's
All
going
right,
on, Peter?
let's go move on a little bit. I know we've kind of been talking about the quarterbacks. We've been sprinkling in some stuff about the draft, but let's more officially move into some draft talk here. Your opinion, Kurt. Should given the new situation, should the Broncos go quarterback? And if so, when?
Yeah. Well, again, 100%. This does not have any effect on the draft, in my opinion, because neither of these guys are really NFL starting quarterbacks. My opinion, it should be Stidham versus Zach Wilson for the backup spot. Whoever loses that job gets cut. That's what it should be. Those two guys battle for the backup spot. Neither one of them are starters in the NFL. So, especially Stidham. So they battle for the backup spot. So it doesn't do anything. Like, could it look like a smokescreen? Like Kenny was saying, does it matter? Does it matter to other teams? Like, do you play like Joey's just saying poker? It's hey, I'll roll with Zach Wilson. Well, really? You're gonna roll with Zach Wilson? Yep, I'm gonna roll with Zach. But it doesn't do anything for me. It doesn't. It doesn't. I'm still all in. My number one job tomorrow night, if I'm Sean Payton, is to go get the quarterback that I want. Not pick one of 6 quarterbacks, Jen. No, I'm not doing that. I said that to you you can't
Right.
say, I want Williams. If not, I'll go Daniels. If not, I'll go McCarthy. If not, I'll go May. No, it doesn't work like that. It can't be like that. The guy you want, maybe 2, but the guy you really want, put all your eggs in the basket for him. But Jen, listen to me. I can't, if you have the number 2 pick, I can give you the world. You could still turn around and say, no, that I'm taking him. So you're at the mercy of the other teams with this. So, but all in, absolutely. I'm still all in for a quarterback. The one that he wants, go get him.
All right, Jody saying get a quarterback, Dak or JJ. Michael's comment is a great segue to our next topic. The question is trade up, stay at 12, move down. And he's saying the Broncos need to trade back to get a second round pick because they don't have any second round picks this year.
Yes. Again, if everything I want is off the board, meaning my 2 quarterbacks that my 1 quarterback or my 2 quarterbacks that I'm all in for, if they're off the board, um, then I'm just throwing Brock Bowers out there. I don't know how they feel about that, but I'm just gonna say it's the 2 quarterbacks and Brock Bowers are the guys I absolutely love. If I can't move up for them and they're gone when I pick at 12, yeah, move down. Move down. Don't just draft somebody to draft somebody, right? The biggest mistake is, well, I kind of like Bo Nix, so I have to take him at 12. No, 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 no. Don't do that. Don't do that. We can't just take a quarterback to take a quarterback. If you don't love him, don't take him. Same
I
thing with other positions.
I have
Move
a
down.
feeling it might. I have a feeling it might be Bo Nix. I don't know why. I just do.
Hey, if he wants Bo Nix, again, there's a lot of talk of Bo Nix having some comparisons to Drew Brees, right? And just because of how he reads the game, right? How he sees the field. He's got that little mobility. He's a shorter player, just so smart, can understand the offense. If that's his guy and he says, if he says to me, I'm putting my Bronco career with Bo Nix, go get Bo Nix.
I have a question. I have a question for you. Brock Bowers has come up a lot. I'm really a big fan of him as a pick for any team because I just feel like he's going to make a team better. So let me ask you this. Let's say the Broncos stay at 12, Brock Bowers is there, they select him. Do you and now they don't get another quarterback, right? They're sticking with Zach Wilson with Jared Stidham as a backup. Is Brock Bowers a type of player that can help Zach Wilson
Oh,
immensely?
100%. 100%. You know, all we kept talking about this year with the players was we didn't throw over the middle. We didn't, when you talk about throwing over the middle, like that's a tight end, right? Like very few tight ends are running, corner routes and post routes and like they run it, but a lot of they do their job over the middle, right? And we have Adam Troutman doing that. And it's come on, like he's not an NFL receiving tight end. Like you can't do that. Like Brock Bowers is a difference. We watched him in the SEC. I mean, the guy's a game changer. You couldn't cover him. You could line him up as well. Listen, he's like the next Gronk. He's probably more like athletically skilled than Gronk coming out of college. Like this guy's got like Hall of Fame potential as a tight end. Like he's a better athlete than Kelsey, better athlete than George Kittle. He is. And so, yeah, Jen, he could. Absolutely. That's why I want him. The people are saying, I read today, it said somebody has Brock Bowers as the best player in the draft. So if you can go get the best player in the draft, freaking go do it.
All right, couple questions here. This is a fun one. Would you take Justin Fields?
No, 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 no,
I
no,
don't know how
no,
fast you were going
not,
to answer
not
that.
as my quarterback, not as my quarterback. I'd take him as, like a slash wide out, line him up in the shotgun. Maybe I can, run him on 3rd and 1, let him run around and, catch punts and be a receiver, but not as my quarterback. No way. No.
All right, question from Trevor. What player do you not want the Broncos to take in this draft?
Wow. That's a great question. What player? You know what I'm going to say, Trevor, for that one? I'm not going to say one player, but I'm going to say after like all and maybe the kid from Penn State, I don't want them to take a tackle that's a quote unquote, you know, developmental tackle. Like if I'm going to take an offensive tackle, I want it to be he plays from day one, plug him in. He's our tackle for the next 10, 12 years. Something that Garrett Bowles should have been, Jen. If I don't want, all right, I'm going to take, maybe even the kid from Oregon State, like that tackle. Oh, hopefully by the end of the year, he's going to play. So I'm going to say an offensive, unless it's all or the Penn State kid, an offensive tackle. I don't want an offensive tackle.
We got Michael making a prediction here saying, I'm calling it tonight that the Broncos are going to draft Bo Nix at pick 20 in a trade back. And Jody Moncrief is saying, get a quarterback or a second round pick is an easy choice for him. Quarterback. Pearl's thinking JJ McCarthy might have slid up into a top 4 pick.
Yeah. I mean, listen, he's the biggest wild card, Jen. He's the biggest wild card in this draft, like where he goes, right? There's still talk. He can go 3, he can go 4, he can slide to a 12, So I don't know. He's the biggest, like, question mark. He's the biggest possibly smokescreen player, listen, I want him, man. That's the quarterback I want. That's a quarterback.
Jody has a question for you. Kurt, who is better, Bo Nix or Zach Wilson?
That's tough.
Pearl is saying that Bo Nix reminds her of Simeon.
Zach Wilson, I think's got more talent, but I think Bo Nix has the better head and the better winner and possibly like leadership right now. Does that make sense, Jen, to answer it like that?
I'm sorry. Would you repeat that? I was
I
reading
think Zach
comments.
Wilson has better overall, just naturally gifted talent.
Okay.
I think Nix is like the better winner, the better leader, the better.
Yeah, of course
I
that makes
trust
sense.
him more, but talent-wise, Zach Wilson probably has more talent.
All right, we got a comment from Keith saying that everyone says that Peyton is looking for another Breeze to run, quote unquote, his system. Shouldn't we expect that Peyton should adjust to the newer NFL? Doesn't that open possibilities to the type of quarterback we need?
Well, didn't that what we clamored for with Russell Wilson? I mean, he didn't want to coach Russ,
I was gonna say,
right?
I feel like this is a topic we talk about
I'll say
all
it
the
again.
time. With this, that was one of my, I'm gonna say, my most frustrating thing with Sean Payton. I lost a lot of respect for him with that. I did.
I'll say this again. Patrick Mahomes is the best in the league, not the best ever, because the best ever doing it is number 7, and that's Mr. Elway. But Patrick Mahomes is the best at creating a play, making a play out of nothing, and wow, look what he did. And people on TV go, "Oh my God, look what Patrick Mahomes did." But look what Patrick Mahomes really did on that play. He didn't stay in the pocket. He runs out too fast. He runs to his left. Look at the stupid play he makes. But he's doing it. He's ad-libbing it, right? He's making something that there was nothing of. He's making a play of that. But isn't that what Russell Wilson has done his whole career and won a Super Bowl and got to another? So, I'm not going to compare Mahomes and Wilson, but they're really the same player of what they do, right? So if it doesn't work there, that's what Caleb Williams does. So Caleb Williams isn't going to fit. Isn't that really what Lamar Jackson does? But he's not a good thrower as Russ and those guys, but that's what he does. So he's not going to fit. So should he? Yes. But he's not going to do it. He wants to do it his way, which is a pocket passer. So we're going to see. Either it's going to work or his ass is going to get fired. One of the two is going to happen. So hopefully for Bronco fans, it works. But no, I agree with you, Keith. He should have did it with Russell Wilson. But he's not going to do it. He wants his quarterback. He wants his system. He wants Drew Brees, drop back in the pocket, throw it here, throw it that. That's what he wants. So let's see.
Right, Pearl saying the person she does not. Back to the question of who do you not want? She does not want Penix. And Kenny's asking a follow up question to you mentioned you don't want the Broncos to
A tackle.
draft a developmental tackle. I believe you said right. So he's asking if there will be a 10 on the Richter scale if that happens in the Valenti household.
Not a 10, maybe a 9. Maybe a 9.
Oh, this is a great question from Mush. I'm very interested to hear how you respond to this,
Oh
Kurt.
my God. You know
Who
what?
wants to
I'm
know?
just going to
Okay,
let you answer it. You
let
answer
me
it.
read it. Who has better pizza, Denver or Jersey, based on your trip when we went?
You answer that.
But you can't even make a comparison because you could hardly even find. We are so spoiled in Jersey with pizza. You can have a pizza place, you can walk a block in any direction. When we were in Denver, we couldn't find a place for you to buy a
Slices.
slice.
You can't buy slices, first off, right? Yeah, it was just, I think we eventually, was it Grimaldi's? What was it? Grimaldi's, I
It
think.
might. I think so. I think so.
I mean, we
Yeah.
found something. I mean, I think I ate the 2 pies. It was like, oh my God, like it tastes like somewhat sauce, but no way. Jersey's pizza on the money.
Then we got a recommendation for an Italian restaurant. Have you tell that one we went to?
Oh,
Oh, all right,
I
good
couldn't even get
Italian right down the
a
street.
pasta dish. I had to wind up eating chicken. I couldn't even get a pasta dish. Oh,
All right. Let's see. Let's see. Kenny's saying go ahead and draft Bo Nix and Peyton will be gone by 2025. Pearl saying Brooklyn Queens Pizza. I'm not
mm.
sure if that's a place in Denver. Is there? I wonder because I know I'm not sure, but
You know what, Jen? It might have been that. It might have been Brooklyn.
oh,
I'm
okay.
saying Grimaldi's, but I'm thinking it might have been something with Brooklyn. Because remember, it had something to do with like New York in a little way. It might have been.
Yeah.
I wonder if it was. It might have
All
been
right. I'm not
Brooklyn. It
sure.
might have been.
Sis wants to know if they had pepperoni. No,
Oh,
no
no
pepperoni
pepperoni
pizza
pizza
here.
here. No. No.
Jody wants to know if you follow Dave Fortney pizza reviews.
Yes.
Yes, yes, yes. We look to his a lot sometimes. And Keith wants to know if we've ever been to Chicago. Better Chicago or New York? That's actually one of my top places I want to go next, right, Kurt? Chicago?
Yes, but you know what? Isn't that like the deep dish pizza, like kind of like
Yeah.
Uno's? I know it's not Chicago, so I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna like that or not. But real
I
quick,
know you're a Sicilian fan,
I am. I am.
so you might
Oh,
like that.
we got to get first off. You know what? We got to get connected with Dave Slade, Jen. I remember this. I remember him telling me they're coming to They're coming out in August. So
Uh,
tell me what. Listen, he's gonna get legit pizza. We got to give him a bunch of pizzas. He's coming to New York. We're gonna get him some good pizza
well,
places.
I mean,
Oh, look at Mush,
our
Jersey.
places are in
Oh,
Jersey.
we
So
can get it, but we'll find. We'll get him something. We'll
yeah,
get him
yeah,
pizza.
definitely.
We'll get
So
him New York pizzas.
Pearl's saying her favorite pizza is in Brooklyn, and that she still goes there. And Mush is giving you props, saying that you've been on point with your food recommendations
Yep.
lately.
I
What
gave
if
him
you
Angelo's,
gave him Mario's, right?
Mario's. I gave him the deli and Nutley. I'm on fire with that
Which
Mush.
one was that? Velarde?
No, I think he went to Pete's. I think he went to
Oh,
Pete's. I'm pretty
you
sure.
haven't even been to Pete's. I'm the one who told you about Pete's.
No, no. Oh, Trenton. They're going. They're going to be in Jersey.
Oh, all right.
Oh,
Okay.
we got tons of places for him.
Well,
Tons.
I know, but Trenton is a little. I don't know
We'll
if they're
get
going to
him
be
somewhere.
traveling
We'll
around
get
the
him
state.
pizza. We'll get him
Yeah.
pizza. He's gonna have Jersey style pizza. Trust me. He's gonna have Jersey style pizza.
Yeah, no, there's definitely gonna be good. Michael's saying it's a Broncos podcast, not a pizza
That's it.
podcast.
Wait, real quick,
we
Joey
got a little,
Clams.
we got a little distracted.
Joey Clams. Broncos will draft a quarterback in later round if they draft Brock Bowers. Is Spencer Rattler in later rounds? So he likes Spencer Rattler. And then he's saying Joey Clams parlay, 4-teamer. First 4 picks are quarterbacks.
Oh,
So,
interesting. Very
oh,
interesting.
look at Mush went to both. Let's go.
Nice, nice. We haven't been to Velarde's in a while, and we have to try Pete's. And Pearl's checking and saying she loves pizza.
Let's go. Me too, Jen, right?
All right. Well, that hour flew by. So, Kurt, let's get your closing thoughts before
All
we
right. Hey, you know what? Tomorrow night, the NFL draft, there's nothing like it, right? There's really nothing like the NFL draft. It's, you know what? It's people say it's lottery tickets, right? You get your lottery ticket and, you can go from, you know, a bad team, an average team to a great team with great drafting, right? And nothing there's when it's important and it matters and it's exciting when you're drafting for quarterbacks, Jen. But I'm sorry, draft in general, but when you're like need a quarterback, it just goes to another level, right? Because this could be like years of uh Simeon, Bridgewater, um, you know, Drew Lock, Russell Wilson, all these quarterbacks, Case Keenum, Joe Flacco. And now, like, you have the opportunity to get your guy. And when I mean your guy for a long, long time. And it's the guy you drafted, the guy you're putting your franchises back on and saying, hey, get us to a Super Bowl, win us a Super Bowl. And you know what? As great as that Denver defense was, Jen, in 2015, when you talk about the Denver Broncos or the Super Bowl, what's the first thing they say? Who was the quarterback?
I'm sorry, say that again. I'm
As
reading from
great as great as it was 2015, who was the
Peyton.
quarterback? Right. When anybody ever turns around about a Super Bowl team, what's the first thing they're going to say to you? Who was the quarterback? Right.
Right.
So we need it. And Dave says it. Let's win the draft. Let's go. Let's win this draft. Hey, Jen, I want a quarterback. I want JJ McCarthy. I'm going to try like hell and give everything friggin' in hell to get JJ McCarthy. But if I can't do it, we got to be smart, right? Let's not chase quarterbacks. Let's not, if it's our guy, if it's his guy, go all in and go get him. If
Well,
it's not your guy, don't chase. Don't settle.
I am excited for all of you Broncos fans. It's finally here. We've had a lot of waiting,
Discussions.
rumors, discussions, right? I want to thank everybody. We got Kenny saying great show, Michael saying great show. Thank you so much. Everyone saying good luck to each other. David
Let's
saying
go. And you
great
know what
show.
is
Let's
tomorrow?
go
No, you know what
Broncos.
comes in real quick? You know what tomorrow is? Tomorrow is because we all have, and listen, we all love everybody on the show, right? We love Trevor. We love Dave. We love Staffiero. We love Jody. We love Pearl. We love Michael Ronquillo. But we all have different, and this is why podcasts and talk shows are great because, We love Peter. He's a joiner, but let's go, Peter. But hey, we love like arguing about our point of views, but you know what we all are tomorrow night? We're Bronco fans. And you know what we need tomorrow night? Let's get it right. Because when the Broncos are right, everything gets right. And you know what? It's different when the Broncos are good. So we all come together tomorrow night. It's not about who I like, who Dave likes, who Trevor likes, who Keith likes. We're Bronco fans tomorrow. So we unite. Let's go. Let's get this thing right. Let's get it back on the right track. And let's go. And tomorrow night, double duty, hoops. Double duty. Broncos NFL draft. And let's go Knicks game 3, baby. Let's go.
Before you end the stream, I just got to get to a few people here.
That's right. No love for Kenny. No love. We love you, but not in that way, Kenny. Not in that way.
Scott Logan checked in. He wants to know where your green screen is.
Oh, you know what?
Albert checking in, and he was asking, I wish I'd gotten this one in earlier, Albert. We have to save this for the next show. We should have gotten a little vote from the audience about pineapple on your pizza, yes or no. That would have been a great follow-up question. Yeah. And I feel like I missed somebody here. Peter was checking in. I think you got him. And Jody wanted to know who my team is, who my NFL team is. I grew up a Giants fan. Yeah. My brother's very disappointed about how much Broncos knowledge I have as compared to Giants knowledge now.
But in all seriousness, right? Like in all seriousness, let's put you right on the spot right now, okay? And I want you to answer it honestly, because I'll just keep my answer separate. But
okay,
it's a rematch of '86 eventually.
Mm-hmm.
Broncos, Giants.
Okay,
who are you gonna root for?
I'm going to be honest with you here, because what shirt did I wear to the Hall of Fame? My Eli Manning shirt, right? Yeah. But it's not like I don't have a love for football like you do. Like my love for my first sport is basketball, right? So I'm going to be honest, you would never say this, but like a Broncos win is so much more important to you. Like I don't think that I could root against, I wouldn't, I'd be rooting for the Giants, but I wouldn't be rooting against the Broncos. I wouldn't. It means so much to you.
And honestly, just because I'm totally the opposite way, I would never root for another team besides my team. So I would have no problem if you're like, hey, I hope I would have no problem with that.
Well, I mean, you shouldn't. I mean, it would, I'm not doing it before you, to be honest. I'm doing it because it means more to you.
Because there's something I never would do. And me and you talked about this. I would never, say the Giants are playing the Chiefs, and I hate the Chiefs, but I would never wear a Giant jersey. Never. No jersey goes on me but a Bronco jersey for football. That's just how it is. So, but it's just, it's a question, and I respect that. That's very nice of you, but, hey, especially when it comes down to Knicks and Broncos.
If it's UVA basketball playing St. John's, I mean, you got no shot.
Of course. Look at Mush's comment.
He's saying, he did. He gave the nicknames. He gave the nicknames. That's our all-in Valenti. That's our all-in show, Mush.
And Kenny's saying, Jen, I could see Jen doing this. I really could.
The half and half jersey.
Yeah. I wouldn't do it, but I could definitely see you doing it.
Well, I got it.
You're a person to me, Jen. I could see you doing that. I want to be. Go ahead.
I, grew up in New Jersey, so in a Giants household with my father and brother. And did I get Bella a Broncos little shirt on?
A sweater, I think it was.
Yeah, like a little Broncos
jacket, something.
How does my brother feel when I put that?
Oh, he gets like mad.
It's legit mad.
Yeah. Yeah, I love it. But no, listen, that's, hey, that's just something I can't. Listen, I'll root for a team. I rooted for the 49ers, but I'm not wearing a 49er jersey. That'll never happen. It's all Broncos for me. That's it.
Oh, all right. Well, thank you everybody for watching.
Comment?
Which one? Whose?
Keith's.
Oh yeah. Keep talking. You're going to be on the couch.
Yeah.
That one. Yeah.
Maybe you should get her a split jersey. See, I can see, Jen, you would wear that. I can definitely see you rocking that. I'm not
I
doing it,
would.
but I could see you definitely doing it. All right, let's go. Hey, tomorrow night, last time, Jen, first off, thank everybody for the comments. You guys are awesome. Tomorrow night, please, the best draft show you guys are going to go watch. It's Keith Brugman. It's Trevor Salzman. It's Albert Knoppers from Denver Bronco Roundup, joining up with Kenny Kirkpatrick from K&K, Ryan Scoop Williams from K&K, Paul Rosen. Hopefully special guests. Mr. Valenti is going to stop in. Mr. Carson Shear is going to stop in. I'm not sure if Mr. Moncrief's going to stop in, but it's going to be an awesome, not just one night, guys, 3-night show they're doing. So join in. Jen, thank you so much. Thank you, audience, for everything. Tomorrow, hey, let's go Knicks and let's go Broncos.
Have a good night.
Have a good night.